arrived. I am home in the here and in the now. I have arrived. I am home in the here and in the now. Saying this in a way of complete openness together with everything and anything that is already here and now, and anything that could come up out of the blue, out of the green, out of the red, out of the purple, out of the orange. I have arrived. I am home in the here and in the now. Truly and sincerely and honestly, I cannot describe. I do not know everything that happened yesterday. Truly, sincerely, wholeheartedly, I do not know what will happen tomorrow or what will happen a few moments from here and now. In this moment, even though I do good, even though I may do bad, all I know is that what is happening right now makes sense. And I am willing to face that, to breathe with that, to be with that, regardless of needing any story, any thought about this. Coming into this present moment experience, I am stepping away. I am walking out of my thoughts about the world, about myself, about my plans, about my experiences, and I am arriving in the here and in the now, directly, experientially, wholeheartedly, together with everything, together with anything. So that this moment of seeing, this moment of hearing, this moment of breathing and beginning to notice the way that my body is right now is not done seeking something, but is just happening naturally. Seeing is just happening naturally. Hearing is just happening naturally. My heart beating is just happening naturally. My body being the way that it is right now is just happening naturally. And in fact, I can see that this isn't my seeing. I can hear that this isn't my hearing. I can feel that this feeling isn't my feeling, but it's just feeling. It's just seeing. It's just hearing. It's just breathing. So this is a revolution. This is a revolution of the body and mind. This is a revolution of a subject and an object of attention. Someone, something of awareness, and someone that is aware of. That this right here and now is not about anything. That this right here and now is not about anyone. No past, no future. No smoking, no not smoking. The reason that in this path we don't get drunk and we don't get high is because when you're drunk, it is a spiraling confusion of drunkenness. When you are high, it is a spiraling confusion of highness. And so this is focused on thisness, or thusness, or the way that it just is right now, without any dizziness, without any waves of struggle or confusion or trying to find balance. Balance is already found. Breathing in, I feel balance. Breathing out, I feel balance, naturally without effort. Dear friends, when you show up and share your experience and leave a comment and let me know how this has benefited you or how you've made use of this, it's very, very helpful and useful for me to inspire me and to guide my way of sharing. So please don't be hesitant, don't be shy to share your experience of how you've made use of these teachings. But the place that we're kind of arriving at is free of benefit, just in the way that it's free of loss. It's free of gain and it's free of loss. It's free of profit and it's free of negative profit. It's free of pleasure and it's free of pain. And it's free of boredom. It is just aware. Just naturally aware meditative mind. So we are giving ourselves, we're giving the body, we're giving the mind, we're giving the seeing, we're giving the hearing, we're giving everything without expectations. Giving the whole body and mind without any expectation of getting something back. That is our natural meditation, that is our real meditation, here and now. This is a here and now that is even free of itself. A here and now that is even free of here and now. Freedom from freedom. Freedom from reactivity. Embodied non-action. Yeah. Connor, you're welcome to send me an email. You're welcome to make a donation. That helps a lot. You're welcome to reach out to me and we can set up a time to call and to check in, if that would be of benefit to you. "24/7 open door, without scheduling, without planning, without a price model, free to give, free to receive. Open, together with everything. Beyond conceptual thoughts, without justification for this thought or that thought, just beyond. So we don't fall back into thinking about things. We fall back to hearing the hearing. We fall back to seeing the seeing. We fall back to breathing the breathing. Connecting with what is already here. Everything that we can do based on giving freely and receiving freely is better than doing something because we get something back for it. Generosity is like a pure loan. When we're making loans, when we're making deals, even we're trying to help someone, we're getting ourselves into a trap of a transactional relationship. And there is no rule of law for transaction or expectation or getting back what we want from what we give. That's just something we set up in our mind. This is a way of giving without expectation. Natural meditation is giving without expectation. Giving anything, giving everything. Giving our heart, giving our body, giving our mind, giving our life. Completely and totally to everything. How do you do it? Well, stop thinking. Pause thinking. Pause emotional reactivity. pause the idea that you have about yourself and enable or turn on just being. Just being breathing, just being feeling the feeling in your body, just being free. Even being free from being free. So this is a place to be very active, to be very engaged, to be very alive. But not in a constricted way, in a openness. Open beyond constriction, open beyond opening. Just aware. Whatever feeling is there in the body, even if it's a bad feeling, whatever thought is there in the mind, even if it's a good thought, is just to be aware of without involvement, without entangling, without constriction. Try without expectation. Request without expectation. Give without expectation. Let awareness lead the way to the freeing out and the calming down of your ego. Our egos are basically irrelevant to how life and reality works. Sometimes things work according to our ego, sometimes things don't work according to our ego, but whether it works or it doesn't work, it's impermanent. So we can start using the power of impermanence immediately. We can start using the power of embodied inaction, spectacular embodied inaction. So here you stay concentrated. You stay engaged. Come back to your concentration, awareness of the breathing. Come back to your concentrated awareness of the body, just being, without someone needing to do it. Just returning, just coming back. In seeing that which is beyond seeing. And especially seeing that which is beyond someone seeing. Just seeing. Just hearing. Just breathing. Our suffering and our depression and our anxiety is difficult to reach the justness of direct experiencing. Karma is just cause and effect. So in this path, we're making use of the reality of cause and effect to go beyond cause and effect. We're using the reality of attachment to be detached. We're using the reality of ignorance or not being mindful to be mindful. Every problem point is the solution point. And yes, sometimes when we're all crickety, crackety, etc., we're in a disassociated, sleepy state, we have to stand up and walk over here and stretch. Stretch the ego, stretch the mind, stretch the body, widen out. Alert and aware of of everything as it already is. So where's the problem? Where's the transaction? Where's the business deal? Where's the wrongness? Where's the rightness? Where's the problem? Where's the solution? If we look over here, we see something very interesting. Perhaps a death trap. Let's check. Let's see. Will this net break when I jump into it? It didn't break. I'm still alive. But aliveness is free from I. Aliveness is free from separation. Just being, just breathing, just aware. Where is this? This is nowhere. What's happening? Nothing is happening. Ooh. What's going on? Everything and nothing. When we practice meditation, or when we practice being aware without complicated thinking and without seeking something, we're using the empower of nature. We're being empowered by nature. Everything that we get a hold of, everything that we determine as being ours, as being a possession, as being owned, is impermanent, especially and also the owner or the possessor is just impermanence itself. So when we do this, there's an immediate empowerment of naturalness, of freedom from contrivance, freedom from the thought-based narrative of who we are and the way that the world is. This isn't made in China, nor is it made in America. It's not made anywhere. It is unmade. This is the process of unmaking. This is the process of uncreating the created truth, or the made-up truth about ourselves and our lives. Welcome in, RIDS official. We're happy to have you here. Celebrities are welcome. Everyone and everything is welcome. W's in the chat. There's no path to being a perfect person. There's no path to being a perfect businessman or businesswoman. There's no path to being a perfect father or perfect mother. There's no path to being a perfect teacher or a perfect student. But what we can do is be open to not having expectations. And whatever we do, we can be open to that not turning out the way we may like it to turn out. Then everything becomes testing and experimentation. We're not holding anybody else accountable to our own expectations of what's already happening. And if someone likes that or doesn't like that or agrees or doesn't agree, that's okay. Because we didn't hold the attachment in ourselves for it to go a particular way. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to give. Don't be afraid to receive. Don't be afraid of awareness of the beating heart or awareness of suffering inside of ourselves. Just be open. Be open to not trying to be the controller. Be open to not trying to be the manipulator. Be open to not trying to be the person in charge. Not a lot of people are willing to do that because everybody wants to be in charge. Everybody wants to get what they want. But we can be the one who's open to not getting what we want. We can dare to give, not wanting. We can dare to give, no expectation. Hold the torch. Hold the torch of mindfulness. This you don't need to understand. This is not about understanding. This is about listening. This is not about a particular religion or a particular belief system or a particular structure of getting what we want or getting rid of what we want to get rid of. This is more about not being about anything. This is more about just being aware, just being present. This is more about not thinking than it is about thinking. This is more about breathing and feeling the heart beating without judgment than it is about figuring out what this is about or understanding it or understanding anything. Because in life, there's going to be a lot of difficulty, a lot of confusion, a lot of feeling the way that we don't want to feel. So this is open to any way of feeling that is already here, that is already now. This is about being free from the mind of picking and choosing. This is being free from the mind of decision making. This is to fall back into awareness, to notice the thinking mind, or to notice the mind of picking this or thinking that, and to drop it. To breathe and be in the thoughtless body. And to connect deeply to the peace therein. It's not just peace in the thoughtless body, there is also wisdom there. It's not just organs and flesh and blood and pus and mucus in the thoughtless body. There is also freedom there, freedom from our suffering. As we dare to be with what already is in our own heart, in our own body, in our own mind, we get to be free from more stress, more confusion, more complicatedness. Close your eyes. Relax the body and mind. Just breathe. Just breathe and release the whole ego. Release the whole story. Release all fear. Release all desire. Release past, release future. Release positive and negative expectations. Be willing to feel what is already there within you. When I close my eyes like that, I'm not sleepy, I'm not tired, I'm not in a hazy mindset. I'm fully awake and aware. We can call this a kind of meditation or a process of listening. So we're stepping back from all of our involvements and all of our story about life, about this body and mind, about our identity. We're finding kind of a comfortable but also aware, relaxed position for the body and for the mind, which is kind of basically like an openness in the mind. And then we began the process of listening to the heart beating. You can put your hand on your heart. Listening to the breathing, the experience of breathing, listen to it. It's also a process of noticing that the totality of our lives, the totality of our body and our mind and all of our relationships and our family and everything is already the way that it is. Not that everything will be okay, but that everything already is okay. That everything already is the way that it already is right here and right now. And that's fine. Now, one of the important teachings here is, let's say it's about money. Really, it's about energy, but let's say it's about money. And so, if you have, let's say you have a good amount of money, or you have a lot of money, you're a business person, and you're generous. So the lowest rung of generosity is like giving loans. So you're giving with an expectation of getting that energy back and probably getting some interest from that giving. So you give to someone, and then a year later or a few months later, it turns out that they can't pay you back. And now you are angry, frustrated, upset, confused. You're lost in emotions, negative emotions, because you've given with expectation of getting that back, plus some, and it didn't work out. So now you have to let that go. You have to learn from it. The next rung of giving energy is kind of like giving to a drug addict or giving to someone who is involved in unwholesome behaviors. So there, you're giving and you're practicing generosity, but you're not really expecting anything back. But what's being put out into the society or into the world or through that person, through your giving, is unwholesome and negative, right? Maybe they even die because of the money you gave to them, they used for a heroin overdose, etc. The next rung is giving to a person who's doing kind of neutral activities. So they're a normal person in the worldly way. Maybe they invest your money. Maybe they use your money and open up a coffee shop or something like that. They're neutral. And then the greatest way of giving, or the generosity that is talked about in the Buddhist path or the spiritual path, is that you give or you donate or you offer to someone who is practicing or concerned with mindfulness and detachment. You give or donate to someone who is practicing on the path of ending suffering. No matter what, we will have to incorporate generosity into our lives because whatever you get, you will lose anyway. So if you don't have a relationship with generosity, if you don't have a relationship with giving, then when life comes and apparently takes from you, or you just have to experience impermanence of what you hold on to, whether it's your money or your beauty or your status, you'll be very confused. So at the time of death, when we lose everything, we don't want to be confused. We want to be ready to give, to detach, to let go of, to abandon, to sacrifice everything. So make sure that you're working with generosity in your life in the right way, in a practical way, in a serious way. And the best way, the highest way, is to give everything here and now. Give up, give away everything that you are identified with, that you are attached to, that you hold to be valuable to you. Give it all up. Abandon it. Put it down. Release and relax the whole body and mind and all possessions that go along with the whole body and mind. And these are, my friends, viewer beware, these are nutcracker teachings. The nuts that you bring here, I'm here to crack them. I'm here to crack your nuts. Not everybody is ready to have their nuts cracked. So, there's your disclaimer. Everything that you know and believe and are involved with in terms of your ego and your life and your identity, every thought that you have about anything and everything is as real as a dream. This is about waking up from the dream of thoughts being real, in the way that a coffee table is real, or in the way that your business or your bank account is real. All is unreal. All is uncreate. All is a phantasm, a cloud, a mist that is to be seen through. Right here and right now. So when we give, when we donate, when we offer in Buddhism, or in the path of, concerned with the path of awakening, this is a giving This is a more like a kind of sacrifice, self-sacrifice. And the self is built up or held together with its possessions, with its capacity for apparent ownership or capacity for apparent control. So when we give in the way of awakening, we're going beyond the ego's capacity to control that which we give. So how much can you give? How much can you sacrifice? How much can you abandon? How much can you renounce? How much can you see through that is apparent here and now? Can you see through everything? Can you give everything? Can you give not only your this body and this mind? Can you give up the story that you have about your life? Can you give up the thoughts that you have about the world, about others? Can you give up your desires? Can you give up your fears? Can you give up seeing? Can you give up hearing? This is the kind of penultimate of generosity becoming detachment. But the ultimate is also right here and right now. And every moment of letting go can be a fresh beginning. Every moment of letting go can be a completely new experience that isn't binded or tangled up in your ego. We can recollect, or we can think about, we can bring to our mind the fact in a meditative way that we will literally lose everything. You and I and everyone will literally lose everything. So how do you process that? How do you sit with that? How do you breathe with that? How do you digest that? How do you embody navigating that truth in your own life? That you will lose everything. And that you don't get to have a say about that. You don't get to make a decision about that. You don't get to be in charge of that. And can we digest that bitter pill or that bitter truth that we will lose everything without feeling depressed, without feeling confused, without feeling under threat? Can we be with the energy of loss without being angry or greedy or confused? Can we penetrate into this direct experience here and now? So that we stop seeing backwards. So that our mind and our heart and our ego and our life is in accords with reality. So we stop seeing the good as the bad, the right as the wrong. So we stop being dizzy and confused all the time and having totally unregulated emotions and reactivity, and find ourselves stabilized and free and peaceful and aware without needing complicated thinking, right here and right now. There's nothing more valuable in this world than that. Is it true or is it not true? Is it right or is it not right? In a world of people who can't stop showing their asses, can we be the people who show our true face? How do you show your true face? By learning to face. Learning to be with what already is, totally and completely. Right here and right now. To face everything. Close your eyes and breathe. It's not about, it's no longer about feeling a particular way. It's no longer about being in a particular situation. It's no longer about thoughts, about things. Close your eyes and be willing to be with exactly what is already here. Fearlessly together with everything, with anything. Not seeking, not going towards something or someone or some state, not idealizing some particular or some kind of direction. This is the direction of arriving right here where we already are. as we go through these thoughts or these feelings in the body that we contract or restrict around, the practice is then to release and relax that constriction, that contraction, that identification, going deeper and deeper into the mind with a willingness to be free from who we thought that we were or who we thought that we are. Being willing to be free from who, when, why, how. To come into just being. And we use our meditation method, such as focusing on the breathing, to help us relax, release, to help us resolve through non-action, to finish through non-starting, this way of being. This way of being together with anything and everything that is already finished, already whole, already resolved. Hold the torch. I'm simply here to remind you to hold the torch that you already have. Hold the torch. Of mindfulness without attachment. And open up to life. Not feeling good, not things going a particular way, not being with who you want to be with and avoiding who you want to avoid, not getting what you want and getting rid of what you don't want, not having thoughts that you like and not having thoughts that you don't like, but being awake and aware. You can repeat after me if you like. Close your eyes and repeat after me. May I be free from all kinds of fear. May I be free from all kinds of worry. May I be free from all kinds of trying to escape. Please repeat after me. May you be free from all kinds of fear. May you be free from all kinds of worry. May you be free from all kinds of trying to escape. May all beings be free from all kinds of fear. May all beings be free from all kinds of worry. May all beings be free from all kinds of trying to escape. We may bring our hands together and repeat after me. May I be truly at peace where I already am. May I truly be at peace where I already am. May I truly be at peace where I already am. May this peace, however big or small, be spread out and shared with all beings. Throughout space and time, whatever peace I have, whether big or small, may it be shared out and transferred to all beings. May it be, may it be, may it truly, truly be. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, dear friends, I would love to spend more time together meditating and sharing, but I've got a bus to catch going up towards the north of Vietnam, so please do wish me well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and offer whatever support or value you can to this community, to this practice, to this path, and I'll see you again soon. Be well.